It actually was a very interesting moment. I was standing at a window and looking at the world outside the window, and I wasn't seeing that world. What I was actually seeing was, for the first time, I realized that we've made a lot of things digital. We've gone from no microchips inside of things in the early 1980s to, by the beginning of the 1990s, maybe a dozen microchips around us during an average day, to maybe 300 by 2000. And now it's just a saturation level. And I was thinking about how much of the world has really become digital versus what's not. And it suddenly occurred to me that the window in front of me had never been made digital. We have screens around us, but we've never had digital windows. And what would a digital window be? And it suddenly made me think that I could be looking anywhere in the world, but not just looking out through a window, that someone else could be looking back at me. And what the window could do digitally could really change the experience. It wouldn't be like looking through a window anymore. It'd be more like being there in the same room, just with a piece of glass between two people. Because the technology of what the cameras on my side could do to make me feel there to somebody else, and what the cameras and transmission and processing on the other side could do the same, that 20 years from now, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, when all of our processors are 1,000 times or even 10,000 times more powerful than they are today, and the bandwidth is so much larger, the storage, it doesn't matter where something is, and the processing can occur almost anywhere throughout the network, as well as on both sides of the transmission. You suddenly are in an environment where everybody gets to feel as if they're there, and wherever there is, it's here. So we've already started with the internet feeling like the death of distance, but we haven't even begun to recognize what the death of distance really will be. Because the death of distance is that you who are watching this and I could actually be in a conversation instantly. It could be the equivalent of my tapping you on the shoulder digitally and saying, "You got a minute?" And you say, you look up and you say, "Sure." And we start talking to each other, except you could be 3,000 miles away from me, or 8,000 miles away, or you could be down the hall. But again, it doesn't matter. The technology that we're about to have, and the technology that I started working on the systems for, is that bridge between everybody, so that the Earth really becomes a single room with everybody in it for the first time.